All right, guys. So it is now December 21st. It is a little bit late. It is 10:13 Pacific Standard Time. We're going to take a look at ES. We're going to look at SPY and QQQ as well and kind of come up with a plan for what we're going to be doing tomorrow, potentially what the markets might do tomorrow, and kind of a recap for the day as well. So ES had a very interesting day today. It didn't really have any kind of direction. It looked like it was going to go down, then it looked like it was going to go up, and then it looked like it was going to go down again, and then finally it decided to go up. So it was very sideways for most part, and I didn't really see a safe entry to the downside or to the upside. So for that reason, I didn't place any trades today. And I'll kind of tell you what I mean here. So on the 6 hour time frame on ES, based on the price action that we're seeing here, we had a massive bearish engulfing candle that appeared on the charts yesterday at the end of the day, and then we had a buy up basically in the overnight session as well as today all day, and then now once the market is closed at the 3 o'clock candle, just closed at 9 o'clock. So this candle actually created a higher low. So technically on the 6 hour time frame, we are bearish. The 6 hour time frame is definitely looking bearish, especially with how the price action is looking. Because over here we had a higher high, and then that huge candle came in, created a lower low, which gave us a possible trend change, and then we just finally got a red candle confirming a higher low, which confirms the trend change. So for the time being, on the 6 hour time frame, we're definitely bearish, and this red candle here confirms it at 9 o'clock tonight. So what we could potentially see, right, going into tomorrow, depending on what happens, we could definitely see a lower low take place tomorrow and break past 47.49 on the futures, and that would give us a lower low, and that would be a nice trade to take. However, on the daily time frame, I can't necessarily agree. On the daily time frame, we are still bullish, so we're still in an uptrend. We have a nice higher high followed by a lower high, and this green candle here confirmed the lower high, and we very well might get a higher high tomorrow. So we have to be very patient, and we have to see. So I probably will not be taking any short positions or any puts until next week. And I'll tell you why. Because until we get confirmation that we're bearish on the daily time frame, I'm not interested in taking any puts. As for me, on my strategy, that would be a risk. So what I would realistically want to see, if I'm going to take puts on Tuesday, what I want to see is tomorrow I would like to see us close with a bearish engulfing red candle. So this Friday candle, I would like to see us break past 47.49, and I would like for us to close below that level, which would give us a beautiful higher low and a lower low in the same candle, confirming the trend change to the downside on the daily. At that point, I'd be super bearish, and I'd be looking to take puts first thing Tuesday morning for sure. On the 6 hour time frame, we already got some bearish price action. Like I said, on the 6 hour time frame, we already are bearish, but obviously the daily time frame holds more weight. So we could definitely see higher highs tomorrow on the daily, but we could also see lower lows on the 6 hour tomorrow. So we really have to be careful and pay attention to what happens tomorrow. I probably will not be taking any trades tomorrow unless it's longs. The only thing I'd be interested in taking would be longs. But again, due to the area that we're in, the long trade that I do take would not be a very long trade at all. I would be like more of a scalp, not a swing trader. Definitely not a swing trade, and probably not a day trade either, more of a scalp. So probably like 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes max. Nothing like a 2, 3, 4 hour trade. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. So now I want to switch over to SPY because SPY actually had a really interesting day. SPY was very sideways in my opinion, and I like to look at the 1 hour time frame, and I like to make my decisions on the 15-minute. So, when the market opened up, after this huge bearish engulfing candle that we had and all this selling pressure, obviously it was very possible that we were going to be in a downtrend. All I really wanted to see was a higher low. So we definitely got that when the 6:30 candle closed at 7:30. So when this candle closed at 7:30, I thought, okay, this is a higher low. I want to see some selling pressure and I want to see us go for a lower low. I didn't take that position because, like I said, the daily time frame is still bullish. And at this point, so was the 6 hour. So for me, that's counter trend trade. I don't want to take that. I don't care how good it looks on the 1 hour. Not interested. So for me, what I found very surprising was we did not really sell that much. Yeah, we did wick down a little bit and we did come down, but I was expecting a lot more. Instead, we actually closed a green candle at 8:30, giving us a lower high and a higher high with a bullish engulfing in the same candle. And as you can see, there is significant more buying pressure. We had 941,000 buyers in the first candle of the day and then 1.1 million in the second. So definitely a little bit more. And that candle did close as a bullish engulfing. So at this moment in time, I was bullish and I was looking at taking longs. But based on my strategy, especially in this area, I didn't see any opportunity to go long. I didn't like the 15-minute price action looked very sideways. It didn't give me a good indication to go long. We were completely sideways. We were chopping. We weren't making consistent and steady higher highs and lower highs and higher highs and lower highs in the 15. We were just basically sideways. So for that reason, I did not get into longs. I was not interested because the 15 didn't really give me an entry. So on the 1 hour time frame, very interesting. The next candle decided to dump. And again, now it gave us, instead of giving us, a lower high, it gave us a lower low, a pretty significant one. Okay. And at this point, I thought, okay, this is most likely going to fill the gap. But no, it didn't. The candle wicked down, wicked back up, closed green. Okay. And then I thought, okay, this is definitely going to go for a higher low and probably close green on this candle or the next one. But no, it kept going and going and going and going all day. It kept going up. And funny enough, we ended up, instead of making a higher low, we made a higher high. So there was no trend today. There was zero trend at all today. The market could not make up its mind. And for that reason, I saw no opportunity or safe place to take a trade or an entry. So I sat out. So as of right now, on the 1 hour time frame, we could potentially be bullish, but what we would need to see is we would need to see this candle come down, make a lower high, not a lower low, and then another higher high and some follow through after that. That would confirm the uptrend on the 1 hour, possibly on the 6 hour as well. But right now the 6 hour is bearish, so we'd have to wait for some sort of trend change confirmation on the 6 hour for us to even consider going long. The daily is bullish though, so the daily does hold some more weight. So potentially, if the 1 hour does look good tomorrow, we could see a higher high on the daily, and we could see a trend change confirmation in the 6 hour in the overnight session. So tomorrow morning, we could see the 6 hour look quite a bit different than it does right now. So we have to wait and see. But as of right now, taking longs is definitely safer, but not if you're swinging. We're talking about quick scalps, quick trades, nothing too long term, because we are in a very dangerous area. We're in an area where there's all-time highs, there's tons of resistance, and we don't know where price is really going to go. We need to be very careful with our position size, our profit targets, our stop losses, and basically where and when we're going to pull our money out. I would not advise anybody to hold on to their trades for too long in this kind of a market. So if I do get into longs tomorrow and the setup looks good, it's not going to be a very long setup. Like for example, here, I maybe would trade to 474.93, maybe even below that. A good place to take profit would be somewhere around 473.83, right? All these rejections right here we had on the 1 hour from, when was that, Tuesday? That would be a pretty good place to take profit, and then potentially even 474.33. Holding it all the way to 474.93 is a bit of a stretch, because we definitely have some resistance on the way up there. So if you are going to take this trade, for example, let's say, for example, right, we open up tomorrow, we make we make a lower high somewhere around this area, 471.52, and then we get a nice bullish engulfing that gives us a higher high again, 2 in a row. At that point, I would probably get in most likely. My first profit target would be 473.84. Then 474.36, and then finally 474.93. I would slowly exit my position as the trade plays out. I wouldn't exit everything at one go. I would slowly leverage myself out of the trade. That's exactly how I would play that. Now, definitely would be looking for an entry on the 15-minute. If the 15 doesn't give me an entry, then I'd have to wait patiently for the 1 hour candle to close, and depending on how it closes, then the 1 hour would be my entry. What I'd want to see, like I said, is right now the 1 hour does kind of look bullish. What I'd want to see is I want to see a lower high followed by a higher high, preferably with a bullish engulfing candle to confirm that the sellers or the buyers are definitely in control, not the sellers. And at that point, I would probably get in. I would probably get in half my position right away, wait for it to pull back, and then add another half of my position to that as well. And then that way, once we hit my entry, I won't be at break even, right? I'll be up in profit, and I can either decide to take money out there, depending on how the price action is moving on the 15 and 5, and then either hold it and continue and leverage myself slowly out of the trade, as mentioned previously. So, with that being said, on the 1 hour time frame, we could see a nice quick scalp to the upside tomorrow morning. On the 6 hour, like I said, on the 6 hour on ES, I don't like how it's looking because on ES right now on the 6 hour, we're definitely bearish, right? We got a lower low, higher low, potentially could see a lower low past 4749, which would not be good for longs. But on the daily, it's telling us a different story. So if we are going to go short and we are going to dump tomorrow, I'm not going to be taking any of that. I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to wait for this daily candle to close. Ideally, I would like to see it close below 474.950, and then Tuesday, first thing Tuesday, I'd probably get into puts right away. I'd be very confident with that. Now, one more thing, I want to look at QQQ. So QQQ actually ended up being stronger on the day today, which probably had a lot to do with the excessive buying pressure that we had near the end of the day, because QQQ was actually weaker for the majority of the day and didn't end up getting stronger until the end of the day, which probably assisted with the excessive buying pressure that we had at the end of the day. We just kept on going up and up and up and up. On QQQ, the price action looked definitely a little bit different. Instead of getting a transition from bearish to bullish, we got a nice higher low on the 1 hour on QQQ, followed by a lower high, which was not good for bears or puts. But then we got a higher low followed by a lower low, which was very bearish. And because of SPY did not tell us the same story. It definitely did not provide the same price action setup. QQQ failed to break lower, and SPY held it up. And as a result, QQQ actually reversed relatively quickly and turned out to be stronger than SPY on the day, which I believe caused it to push relatively quickly to the upside near the end of the day. So QQQ is in the same setup as SPY right now. It's potentially going to be in an uptrend on the 1 hour, but what we need to see is a lower high first, followed by a second higher high, and then we can consider getting into calls. A great place to take profit would be 409.18, followed by 410.11, but preferably 409.18 would be a beautiful place to take profit if you are playing QQQ. So that being said, guys, I hope that helps out a little bit. I am not really sure what the market is going to do tomorrow. Like I said, I kind of gave you guys my plan. I'm not necessarily bearish or bullish. I'm just going to wait to see what the market provides me with, and whatever it provides me with, whether it's a good setup or not, I'll take action. So anyways, guys, it's 10:26 p.m. We're looking at QQQ here on the 1 hour. I hope this video helped out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.